Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here for the NBA main slate here on Tuesday. It's great to be back. Was on a little break there on vacation, but I'm ready to get back and do some NBA DFS. And we got a really nice 10-game slate, so let's jump right into it. So just looking the slate over, the first few games here, not so appealing. I really like the later games on the slate. So yeah, let's jump into it. Harden at 11-4. Now this Houston-Milwaukee game should be a very, appealing for, just casual NBA fans. It should be a really good game. But personally, I'm probably not going to target anyone in this game. Like I said, it's going to be a great game to watch, but I think there's just better plays in the, upper mid-tier to mid-tier range that I like a lot more than paying up for Harden or Giannis. So I'm probably not going to go there on this slate. And let me go to point guard here as on utility. So, like I said, Harden, probably not for me on the slate. We got no Kyrie. I'll get to Boston guys here in a sec. Kemba at 8.6. I just don't think we need to do it on the slate. Doncic, he's been questionable here. It seems like every game, but he ends up playing basically every single night. So I'd assume he's going to play at 8.5K. A great match against Sacramento. He is certainly in play here. Then you got Trae Young at 8.2. This Atlanta-New Orleans game is super appealing as well. There should be no defense played. Trae Young basically going to play right around 30 to 35 minutes. He's been playing really well here of late too. 8.2K, firmly in play. But I think he has huge upside. Fox at 7.7. I think it's just okay. I think there's better plays on the slate. ELFRID PAYTON at 7.6. He's listed as questionable with a wrist, so that's pretty big news. If he plays, I assume he's not going to be limited, and I would like him a lot at 7.6. I think the recency bias would get some people off him. But, both these games were blowouts. If the game stays close, he's going to play 35 or so minutes. So I really like Elf if he's going to play here at 7.6. Chris Paul, don't think we need to go there. Bledsoe, with everyone healthy in Milwaukee, I'm not going there either. On the Toronto side, it seems everyone's healthy. Should be a blowout, so I'm not going to target anyone on Toronto. Lou Williams, I do like him at 6.9. He has 50 fantasy point upside every single time he takes the court. He's going to be aggressive when he's out there. The matchup's really good against Minnesota. So I like Lou Williams a lot here at 6.9. Now Rozier. So let me go to Boston real quick. So no Kyrie. Horford's questionable. Tatum's questionable. If it's just no Kyrie and Horford and Tatum play, I definitely think you can play, one of these main, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. I definitely think they're playable. I would consider one, but I'd really consider some Boston guys if Horford and Tatum miss here too. Then any of these guys: Rozier, Morris, Brown, Hayward, Smart, Daniel Tice, even Baines. So the big news is we're waiting for is Horford and Tatum. If both those guys are out, I would definitely consider playing a couple of Celtics. If one of them are out, I'd still consider playing a Celtic or two, possibly. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, Rondo here at 6.1. So, the Lakers, I just don't really understand what they're doing. They're out of the playoffs, but they're still playing the starters big minutes, even after they said they're going to limit LeBron. Rondo, the minutes have been a little up and down, 28, 39, 25, 37, so you don't really know. It's definitely risky. The matchup is just so good. I'm willing to, take a shot here on Rondo, but just be wary. He could play 25, he could play 40 minutes. You just don't really know with Luke Walton. But I think if you get the, closer to 40 minutes at 6.1K, I think Rondo has huge upside. Satoransky, same price here. His minutes seem a little more secure. I do like him at 6.1, a decent amount. I wouldn't even mind pairing those guys together. Let's see, Tyus Jones with we got no D Rose and no Teague. He doesn't have a huge upside. He's gonna play 35 or so minutes. The matchup's not bad here against the Clippers. I think he's okay, but I would personally rather play Rondo and Satoransky for a few hundred more. DWIGHT, you can always go there, but I don't think we need to on the slate. Now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the thing I really like is the minutes here: 36, 29, 35, 38 minutes. He was being limited, a lot to like 20 or so minutes, but now the minutes are increasing. So I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander firmly in play here at 5.7. So Chris Dunn, I guess we'll go to Chicago next because they're the next team with the big injury news. No Levine, no Otto Porter, and Chris Dunn not expected to play. So that's a whole lot of usage to go around. Lauri Markkanen here, 6.7, have no issue with. He's going to be the go-to guy in this offense. So I think he has some pretty big upside. Obviously, the matchup not the best, but Chicago just they don't have a whole lot of bodies. Robin Lopez, yeah, but I just don't think I'm going to go there on the slate. The next guy I would consider probably would be Shaq Harrison or Arcidiacono here at 4.4 and 3.8. Both these guys should be asked to play some pretty good minutes, so I think these guys are really solid value plays. And then, you could take a shot on some of these other guys, Selden, Blakeney, TLC. I think they're in play, but I think my favorite plays would be Shaq, Arcidiacono, and then Lauri Markkanen. Okay, let's get back to point guard. Let's see, okay, Brunson. The matchup's so good, but now the minutes are coming back down to 26, 28, 24. I guess there were a couple blowouts. I still think he is in play, but I don't think I'm going to go there on this slate. Let's see. Marcus Smart, again, any of those Celtics, we got to wait for news. Obviously, no Kyrie does give a boost to a lot of the Boston guys. If there's no Horford and no Tatum, then you definitely got to consider playing a couple Boston guys. Caruso, minutes have been up and down. It seems like him and Rondo switching off, playing big minutes. I don't think I want to take a shot on him. I think I'd rather take a shot, pay the couple thousand more for Rondo. I think he just has a lot. He has 50 fantasy point upside in this matchup. Other than that, I don't really see anything that we need to take a shot on. So let's move on to shooting guard. Beal, really like him. Again, I like this Washington and the Lakers game a lot. 9.3. He's had a couple off games here in the last couple, 19 and 26. But this guy has, 50, 60 fantasy point upside in this match against the Lakers. So I do like him quite a bit here at 9.3. Let's see. Buddy Hield's fine at 7.2. He has flashed some pretty big upside. The minutes seem pretty secure. But I'm probably not going to go with him. I'd prefer, paying down a little bit here for Lou Williams over Buddy Hield. Let's see, Jeremy Lamb. We got Batum questionable, so I guess, Lamb would get a boost, but probably not for me. Now, Wiggins here at 6.2. Never a guy I really like playing because he's so scoring dependent, but with no Teague, no Rose. It's playing 41, 38, 35 minutes. I think he's firmly in play here at 6.2. Let's see. Now, Frank Jackson, so, I definitely think he's still in play if Elfrid Payton does play. If Elfrid Payton misses, I think Frank Jackson is a really solid play here at 5.1. So I'd really like him if Elfrid Payton misses. If Elfrid Payton plays, I obviously really like Elfrid Payton. I think Frank Jackson would be okay. KCP at 5K. He's played 34, 33, 33 minutes the last 3 games. He's scoring dependent, so if his shot's not falling, he definitely can hurt you, but he does have upside, obviously, 50 fantasy point upside, so I think he's okay, but I do like a couple Lakers more than KCP. Troy Brown, I was going to pick up a start again. Ariza, doubtful. I liked him when he was close to min price. Now he's at 4.7. I don't think I'm going to go there. Now Bogdan, he had been shooting with the ball really bad, not playing well. And then, against the Lakers, played 30 minutes, got 30 fantasy points. I'm not going to recommend him, but the price is just so appealing here at 4.4 where I am considering him. Let's see. So Lance Stevenson, again, hadn't played in forever, and then comes out against Sacramento, plays 25 minutes. Now, I'm a little torn here. I don't know if we can trust Luke Walton. If he's going to play 25 minutes again, I absolutely love him here at 3.6. But I just don't know what the minute situation is going to be like. So I'm a little torn with Lance. I may take a shot, but it's so hard to trust Luke Walton. Then small forward. Like I said, LeBron, they said they're going to limit him to like 28 to 32 minutes. He's played 35, 37, 35 minutes the last 3 games. Don't really know what's going on here, but the matchup against the Wizards is so good. They said he's probable, so right now I don't see them limiting him. So I like LeBron as a spend up quite a bit here at 10.2. Let's see. Kuzma at 6.7. He's basically playing the whole game. So I do like him at 6.7, a decent amount here. Jabari finally coming back to earth. Like I said, he wasn't going to keep up the great shooting forever. 3 of 11, 2 of 10 the last 2 games. I do think it is a solid buy low on him. I'm probably not going to do it, but he does have 40, 50 fantasy point upside in this matchup. So I think he goes really low owned too. Let's see. Taurean Prince, the matchup is really good. 5.2, he's playable for sure in a game stack. But I'm probably not going to do it. I'm making one lineup. I'm probably not going to play Taurean Prince. I would only consider him again in a game stack. Again, those cheap Chicago guys, the 2 cheapies that I would like would be Shaq and Brian Arcidiacono. Okay, let's move on to power forward here. Let's see, Randall. This is interesting here. Again, back-to-back blowouts here, 22, 26 minutes. Let some people down, but previously, 76, 43, 51 fantasy points. The matchup is so good against Atlanta. So I am considering him at 8.1. Aldridge just had that huge game, 73 fantasy points. He's playing really consistent minutes. Charlotte has no one that really can hang with him. So I don't mind LaMarcus Aldridge at all. They're at 7.9. Kevin Love, I think is okay, but I don't think we need to go there on the slate. And then you got John Collins at 7.3. Again, the minutes, he seems maxed at like 30 minutes. Every once in a while he does play, 35 minutes, but at 7.3, the matchup is so good against the Pelicans. I just wish he was playing, closer to 35 minutes. But I am considering here John Collins. Then Bagley, really like him here at 7.3 against Dallas. The minutes are creeping up there, 29, 28, 29, 36 minutes last game out. Dallas, struggles to guard bigs. Harry Giles doubtful, so that just boosts Bagley's minutes even more. So I really like him here at 7.3. Anthony Davis, he's going to play 22 minutes. The matchup obviously really good. He can get 50 fantasy points in 22 minutes, no doubt. So I don't mind AD at all. Montrez, I think, is perfectly fine, but I just don't think we need to go there on this slate. Let's see, Marketing, again, the matchup's not good, but Chicago has like no one left. I could see him putting up 50 fantasy points in this matchup. So firmly in play, Lauri Markkanen for sure. Then we get to Bobby Portis here. So what I really like is the minutes, and they've been playing Bobby Portis next to Thomas Bryant. So I really like the minutes for Bobby Portis, and I'll get to Thomas Bryant in a sec. I really like him too. 38, 36, 31 minutes the last 3 games. So Bobby Portis, Lakers, such a good matchup, so I really like him here at 6.1. Deadman, perfectly fine for game stack, but one lineup, I'm probably not going to do it. Bam Adebayo, it's interesting. He's played 35 minutes last time out, put up 48 fantasy points. I don't know if we can trust Spoelstra because last game against Milwaukee played 18, but that was a blowout. He seems like he's going to play 30 minutes. The matchup against Orlando not the best, but I think you definitely got to consider him. Same thing here with Nance. Matchup not the best, but 5.3. I played 30 minutes last time out. I think he is. You could take a shot at Nance, but Thomas Bryant here at 5.2. Really like this play. Played 35, 36 minutes last 2 games. The Lakers, such a good matchup. So I like Thomas Bryant, and I have no issue pairing him with Bobby Portis. I do like both of them quite a bit. Ariza, list is doubtful. If he misses, Troy Brown Jr., but I don't think we need to go there. And also Jabari Parker, that's a boost to him. Now Dario Saric here at 4.8. Taj missed last game. He's played some consistent minutes, 28, 28, 26. I would consider him if Taj is out, but there's probably better plays on the board. But I would consider him if, again, Taj misses. Let's see, Harry Giles. List is doubtful, so that's definitely a boost to Marvin Bagley, who I do like quite a bit. Okay, let's move on to center. So Towns, this is tricky. The bigs against the Clippers have just been destroying them all year. There's no Teague, there's no Rose. Towns has immense upside in this matchup. He has 70, 80 fantasy point upside. So you got to consider him as a spend up. But I'm a little torn because I really like the mid tier to upper mid tier, where I think I can make a solid lineup. There's not a whole lot of value, obviously. Chicago guys you could take a shot on. A couple of cheap Boston guys. So I definitely think you really have to consider Towns here. Jokic, this Detroit-Denver game. Could some of these guys go off? Yeah. But I would prefer paying up for Towns here, or paying down for some of these other guys. Jokic, I just don't think I'm going to go there. Vucevic at 8.9. The only you guys know I do like playing him. The only reason he's in play is because the price tag here at 8.9. Let's see. Okay, so McGee. And the Lakers, I don't know what's been going on, but they've been giving the starters a lot of run. 32, 35, 29. When I was on vacation, I saw he put up 72 fantasy points. I couldn't believe my eyes there. Washington, they're running big now with Thomas Bryant and Bobby Portis. So I think McGee plays 30 minutes and this game stays close to 6.5. That just seems too cheap right now for his level of production. So I do like JaVale McGee quite a bit here. Dwight Powell at 5.9. I liked it when he's playing, close to 40 minutes now. Seems to be right around 30 minutes, so I just don't think we need to go there on this slate. Let's see. Zubac is not playing enough minutes for me to consider him. Alex Len, only in a game stack. I could see if Dedmon or John Collins get in foul trouble, I could see him playing 20, maybe 25 minutes. So only in a game stack I would consider Len. Let's see. I think that's about it. So again, the big news we're waiting for is the Boston guys, Horford and Tatum. If they both miss, then you got to consider playing a couple Celtics for sure, and a good match here against Cleveland. If both those guys play, Boston's just such a deep team, even without Kyrie. I would probably only consider playing one Celtic if that's the case. The San Antonio, Charlotte, not a whole lot I like. Aldridge would be the only guy I would consider in this game. Orlando, Miami, the cheap tag on Vucevic makes him playable. Other side, Bam would be the only one I consider, but probably not going to do it on the slate. Chicago, Toronto, obviously there's a big injury news on the Chicago side, so Shaq, Harrison, and Ryan Archidaka will probably be my favorite value plays. And then Laurie at 6.7 does have upside, but there's huge blowout risk here against Toronto. On the Toronto side, unless someone rests, that would be the only time I consider them. It looks like they're fully healthy, so I'm not going to go there on Toronto side. Houston, Milwaukee, it's going to be a good game to watch, but I don't think the best game for fantasy value, so I'm crossing this one out. The Clippers in Minnesota, definitely a more appealing game here. On the Clippers side, I really like Lou. There are other guys that are playable, but I don't think I would need to go there. On the Minnesota side, it's Cat, who you got to consider as a spend up. Wiggins and Tyus are okay, but it's really Cat and it's Lou Williams in this game for me. And then Atlanta, New Orleans. Really like this game. Trae Young and John Collins would be the two guys on Atlanta that I would definitely consider. On the New Orleans side, it's up in the air because we're waiting on ELFRID Payton news. If ELFRID Payton plays, it's ELFRID Payton and it's Randall, and it's AD who I would firmly consider. If ELFRID Payton misses, then it's Frank Jackson who I really like, and then obviously Randall and AD. The Sacramento Dallas, Fox is okay, Buddy Hield's okay, but it's really Bagley and it's Bogdanovich for me on the Dallas side. It's Doncic, and that's probably about it. Who I'd consider. Detroit, Denver. This game I think sneaky. I'm not going to go there, but you definitely could play any Detroit side. It's Drummond or Blake that I'd consider on Denver. Any of the starting five really, but I just like other games more, so I'm probably crossing that one out. And then this final game, really like this one, Washington and the Lakers. Probably my favorite game. I don't know, this one or Atlanta, New Orleans, so appealing. Sacramento, Dallas too. These late games, there's a lot of good late games. But Washington, Beal is a spend up, firmly in play. Jabari, buy low, I think is okay. Satoransky's solid. Bobby Portis and Bryant, probably my favorite Wizards. Really like both of those guys. And then the Lakers side, LeBron is a spend up. Kuzma is okay. McGee I like a decent amount, and same with Rondo. And then the cheapie that I would consider would be Lance, but again, it's really hard to trust Luke Walton. I would be a little more comfortable playing Lance if Bullock misses. So yeah, definitely, again, I would consider just stacking these late games up. There should be no defense played. So I do really like that tactic of going with the late game. So I think that's it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section down below. It's also important to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below. I'll give my thoughts when more news comes out throughout the day. And I'll be back for another video on Wednesday. So I'll see you guys then.